Good morning, you guys. Good morning, good, blessed morning. Happy Saturday for those of you guys that are tuning in, whether you are here now or catching this thing on the replay. I pray that you guys are feeling amazing. I will say, you guys, that yesterday was one of those days where it's like I hit literally a brick wall physically, to the point where I literally had no choice but to rest. And so I woke up this morning and I'll just say this, today feels a lot lighter. I don't know. And first of all, our declaration on this morning is readjust your focus. That is going to be our declaration. So whether you are catching this now or on the replay, just go ahead and type that in, readjust my focus. But today has been, this week was one of those weeks where things were a little bit rough. It was a week of just, it felt like one of the greatest tests of this season of my life because it was so much going on. And I found myself this past week battling a lot of being overwhelmed, tremendously overwhelmed by everything that was happening around me. And it felt like the greatest test was, are you going to surrender your blessings in this season, or are you going to just keep going and trust God? And so yesterday was kind of what I call the finale. And so this morning, I don't know if anybody else has kind of perceived this about today, but today feels a lot lighter. And I don't believe that I was the only person this week that it was kind of an odd week, not an off week, but an odd week where, maybe some of you guys felt a little bit overwhelmed. Maybe you guys felt, or had some unexpected things happen to you this week, but it was definitely one of those weeks. And so I woke up this morning and it just literally felt like, I can breathe. It literally felt like this is a relaxed state. And so as I was spending time with God and I was just kind of reflecting on how light it felt today and just how, and really just moving forward today, I heard the Lord tell me this. He said, what's happening now that the test is over, right, is that I'm calling many of my people in this season to just literally readjust their focus. I'm going to say it again. God literally told me, for many people, once that initial test of being in the new season comes, meaning once the enemy tries his hand at making you sabotage your blessing or even surrender your blessing, that what comes after that is a phase within this season of many of us having to readjust our focus, right? It's kind of like when you think about a camera lens, right? There are some moments where even the camera on your phone, it'll get a little bit blurry, meaning it'll get a little bit of dust or whatever the case may be. And when your camera gets that way and you're trying to take a picture, think about what you typically do, right? You typically will wipe the dust or you'll clean your camera, right? So that what was once blurry is now focused the way, that you need it to be focused on whatever you're taking a picture of. And so, life is the same way when we go through those moments where it's a lot going on, where, the enemy is, trying his best at attacking us, where different things begin to happen. What typically happens in those moments is life gets a little bit blurry, where you just don't know what to do, what moves to make, which ways to go. And so the Lord is saying, once you come out of that phase of being so overwhelmed where you almost don't know what to do, God is saying, I'm bringing you into a place where now you're going to be able to see things clearer. I had a moment earlier this morning where I was talking with my nephew. I woke him up early, y'all. Don't judge me. I woke him up early. I'm one of those people where I don't believe in sleeping away the day, especially when you know that you got things to do. And so I woke him up and I said, let's have a conversation. And it dawned on me as we were talking about his goals and, just what he needs to do to advance and get to where he's trying to get to. It dawned on me in that moment that what was really taking place was that God was readjusting his focus so that he could see clearly where he was going, and so that he would be able to do what is necessary to get to where God is calling him to be. And that just really stuck with me because I didn't see it in the beginning phase. It wasn't until after that I realized what happened to him was very traumatic. And although it was a traumatic season that he's just now come out of, what God was really saying was, now I am clearing his vision. I'm making the way clear as day so that there won't be any, questions about what is required. And the Lord said in this season, he is doing the same thing with many of us. As we come out of whatever the devil's trying to do, as we come out of that phase of being a little bit confused, not having the clarity, not knowing exactly what we need to do, the Lord says what's going to happen in that moment is that there's going to be a readjusted focus where now God is going to clearly show you, clear as day, what it is he has for you in this season. And from that, you will know what it is that you need to do to move forward. And so I really believe that today is going to be just a day of that, a day of clarity, a day of peace, a day where you feel more focused, a day where you feel like, okay, I can see exactly where God is taking me. And so, that is the word. That was what the Lord gave me. And so, I'm not going to add nothing else to it. I'm not going to take away anything from it. This is a time within this season where God is saying he is bringing us into a greater depth of clarity, a greater depth of understanding of what he has for us in this season, but also what it is that we need to be doing to get to that place or to get to that destination that he's leading us to in this season. And so that is the word, you guys. To those of y'all that feel led to sow, you can sow on whatever platform you feel led to sow, whether it is, PayPal, whether it is Cash App, you let God lead you. I also want to encourage you guys to go ahead and shift over with us to TikTok. We will be going live at some point this morning. We usually go live at 12, but I believe that it may be a little bit sooner than 12 on today, just from how God has been moving even on today. And so that is it. If you need prayer for anything, everything that you need is in the description box of every single video. Also, as you guys are watching this, I do ask that you guys do me one favor, that you guys just literally hit that like button if this word has blessed you. But that is the word nevertheless. If you want to purchase Trust God t-shirt, if you want to give someone some faith gear over this holiday season, everything on the website is 30% off until the tail end of this year. And so I love y'all, man. I am rooting for you. And so until next time, y'all.